Hello everybody, welcome to Project Beauty, where we talk about project planning and everything beauty related. My name is Jen. So today I'm going to be doing a kind of little get ready with me, doing a Valentine's Day look, and this is in collab with Laura from LAURAFORCE, and I'm so excited to be collabing with her. She is such a fun, fantastic person. I just love her, like, whole vibe that she gives off. She's got so much energy. She loves makeup, and she doesn't have a massive collection, which I aspire to. I am slowly going through my collection and weaning things out and seeing where I'm thriving in my collection and where I'm sort of like neglecting. And it will take me some time, but I would love to get to the point where she's at. And it's such a beautiful selection, and you can see that she really likes her stuff. So I would love to get to that point. So in saying that, today her and I are going to be doing a collab where we create our own Valentine's Day look. So something that's very like pink, reds, purples, like that kind of a thing. And of course I have my heart earrings on today. These were gifted to me from one of my son's old teachers that we are still connected with, which makes me so happy. This was just beautiful. She gave me these for Christmas, and I have to wear them. They're just so cute and so gorgeous. And yeah, so I have a little bit of my hair kind of done, a little curl going on. This is like 3 days slept on. So I'm doing my best, but I'm really excited for the Valentine's Day look that we're going to play with today. I have a few eyeshadow palettes that I will share with you, and then we're just going to go ahead and get right into it. So the first one is not necessarily like Valentine's-esque, but I will be using the MAC Power Hungry eyeshadow palette for this brow bone shade right here. Then I will be focusing mainly on the Ace Beauté Blossom Passion eyeshadow palette. This is what it looks like. It's so beautiful. Also, I'm going to do the Beetlejuice The Waiting Room eyeshadow palette from Melt Cosmetics, and I'm bringing this in even though I have hit all of my uses, spoiler alert of course, on, even though it's after I told you, on one of my projects. I have it in for 3 uses and I've hit that goal, but I want to use it because it has this beautiful dark black and then all these gorgeous shades here, so I may throw some of those in. And I also want to try and get as much use as possible on that palette. And then I'm also bringing in the Makeup a Murder Partner in Crime palette. And I love this palette. I'm really shocked that something like this hasn't come back from that brand, because it's just gorgeous. It's a gorgeous formulation, first of all, and the color story is fun because you have these like peaches, pinks, reds, black sparkly, which not a fan of the sparkle, those just fall onto my face, but the rest of the palette is awesome. And I love that there is like the handcuffs and the hearts and the skull and crossbones. Like, just really love the whole aesthetic of Makeup a Murder. I think it's really cool, especially I'm into like true crime and spooky and horror and all that kind of stuff, and like not necessarily like real. I mean, I like true crime, but I don't like that it happened. I'm fascinated by the whole, like, what in the actual F makes people do these things, you know what I mean? Let's go ahead and pull it back into Valentine's Day instead of horror, and I'm going to use my Milani eyeshadow primer, and I'm almost out of this. It doesn't take me long to get through eyeshadow primer because I wear makeup almost every single day, every single week. So, and this year I have already started to wear makeup more often, which is fantastic, but I am going to just tap that a little bit on my lid, and you're supposed to let this dry for about 30 seconds just to get that dry down time, and then it gets a little bit tacky. So I'm going to make sure that this is all over. I don't normally wear eyeshadow underneath my eye, and honestly today, with the way that my face looked, I just love the way that my face makeup came out. It looks really almost beachy vibes, and let's be honest, it's February. It's February in Canada, and usually the weather is in like the -50s with the wind chill. So right now we're actually in plus temperatures, like Celsius wise, and I'm totally here for that. That being said, I'm just so excited for the beachy summer glow, you know what I mean? So I think what I'm going to do is start with the Makeup a Murder palette, and I'm going to go into my crease. I'm just going to give that like a second, And then I'm going to go into my crease and then I'll set my brow bone shade. But I think for the crease, ooh, this is a lot of shimmers that are mid-tones. There's not a lot of crease shades. This is like the darkest matte in the, like, or sorry, the lightest or mid-tone matte in the palette. And it's really, really, really light. And it's got so much glitter in it, so that is not going to work. Maybe I'll try and do a little bit above the crease and my brow bone, because I haven't really used that shade a lot. So let's just see what this is about. You definitely get a lot of glitter, a lot of sparkle particles all over the face, which is, I mean, I'm over 40. Like, it's not my jam to have glitter all over my face like that. Not really living for that. But it actually mattified quite nicely and it feels pretty good. So proud of the actual shade, but as far as the glitter goes, I'm not really here for that. I don't even know if you guys can see the glitter. Probably not. Okay, now let's go back in with the MAC Power Hungry palette. And I'm just going to use that yellowy shade at the top, and I'm just going to set right under my brow bone. So I am currently watching Bachelor in Paradise, and I love it. I don't know what it is about this stupid reality farce of like people trying to fall in love in a week, but I'm here for it. I want to watch every episode. It's hilarious. I think it's great. I would totally go on the show. I wouldn't, you know, I probably wouldn't, honestly, but it's quite funny. I would go to make friends with people and be like, I can tell that guy is bad. I can tell that girl is angry. I can, you know, I'm very intuitive, but I don't know. I'd be like there to be everyone's friends and like go for all the tea. I'm not really like a gossiper kind of person. I actually really dislike gossip and like when people talk about each other, but I'm very intuitive. So I think I would really just like to be like the warning person per se. Let's pull in, no, that's too flat of a tip brush. I'm going to go in with a more round. So I'm going to go in this with rounded tip brush. It is not pinched at the ferrule, which means it's going to give you a lot of fluff and play area. I think I'm going to go in with the shade Dahlia, which is right here. I haven't used that shade yet. I did use this yesterday, and let me tell you, it was super bright. Like, it doesn't look very bright here. On the eye, it was like super neon looking. So that was a little too bright for what I was going for yesterday, but it actually turned out pretty nice. So we're going to go in with Dahlia instead today, which is a little bit more of a rose tone. And I'm just lightly going to play with that in my crease. Now, I'm not sure if this is the new formula or the old formula, but what I will say is I wasn't as impressed in the darker shades because they did not pull very nicely on the outer corner. It didn't blend. It didn't even show up on top of the other shades. And I really need the eyeshadows to play well together in order to get the impact that I'm going for. So that was slightly disappointing, especially because the Ace Beauté formula, the newest one, is like really fantastic. I am more into wearing neutrals lately, I've noticed. I don't really grab too many of my colorful eyeshadows, though I don't mind having color in the shadow, like, but leaning more neutral. I hope that makes sense. But I just feel like I'm not wearing a whole lot of bold colors lately. I am trying. Like, I still want to use my collection and like, you know, play with the palettes and things that I have, but my heart is like for neutral shades and like really big pops of shimmer from like indie brands, those kind of like multi-chrome, super shiny toppers, like that kind of a thing I love. So my tastes have changed quite substantially over the years, and I'm just realizing that I'm not using a lot of the shades like I used to. I do have to blend that crease out. It's pretty harsh right now, so I'm going to take my fluffy brush, and there's a nude shade in here called Gardenia. I'm going to use that and see if I can blend that out a little bit. Maybe get my crease back because it looks like I don't have a socket right now, but we'll see. But yeah, I have been enjoying playing around with a lot of different eyeshadows the past like 2023. It was just a fantastic year for me to develop an awareness of my collection, and I've certainly enjoyed that. And I also know that Laura from LAURAFORCE, she does a lot of like the level up and pan those eyeshadows and that kind of stuff, and she's using her singles a lot, and I just really am inspired by so many of those projects, and I just love watching her efforts. And you can see that she gets a lot of love out of her collection, and the love that I've gotten out of my collection is more like, I like my eyeshadow palettes to look like this. I don't like a bunch of pan in my eyeshadow palettes. I don't know what it is. I have to use the product across the entire top so that it stays looking relatively pristine, instead of looking like there's a bunch of dips and a bunch of pans in the stuff. Unless I know like I'm trying to pan it, even still I'll work my way all across the top and just see what pan I hit first. Sometimes I don't even hit pan because, you know, I've played across the whole top. But yeah, I'm really realizing that I pan substantially differently from a lot of people, and I just don't want it to look like someone took a pellet gun to my eyeshadow palettes. It's just not for me. It's not. We're all very different, and that is just, it doesn't usually work from what my brain likes to see. That being said, the natural use of eyeshadows when people get to their palettes instead of digging into one spot, I love that. I love when there's organic use and a ton of pan showing and the whole palette looks used. When there's just like one eyeshadow pan that looks like super used and the rest looks pristine, then I'm just like, I don't know what it is. I don't know why I'm like this. But I'm learning about myself, the way I like to pan and things like that. I think I'm going to try to use the shade Lust. If that doesn't work, I might go in with a little bit of Beauty and a little bit of Desire. So I'll try Lust first, but this is one of those shades that just did not perform for me yesterday. And we'll see how it performs today. But I just want to make a little bit of a crease. It's actually showing up quite well today, though look how dark it is in the pan, right? And then it's like very, very mild on the eye, where I like a lot of pigmentation. So I'm going to go back into the Melt one later and really get some dark. Like, I'm going to be almost grungy Valentine's Day, but I am kind of enjoying this like soft aesthetic right now. So we'll see if I change it up and I just kind of like, you know, put something subtle. But I really wanted to do, you know, that challenge that was going around with the tape. I wanted to do that with Valentine's Day Look, but Laura and I just talked about doing a nice Valentine's Day glam, and I was super here for her suggestion, because initially I'm like, oh, we could do this and that and whatever, a whole bunch of ideas. And honestly, like, it was like a month before Valentine's Day that we discussed what we were doing, and she was like, yeah, let's just do like a Valentine's Day look. And I'm like, I love it. It gives me time to get it done, and it gives me time to figure out what palettes I want to use. And honestly, I can wear it out if I need to go grocery shopping or something. So like, yeah, let's do that. It was super functional, and also I got to use now 4 palettes today, which is fantastic. So I love that for me, and I can't wait to see what she comes up with. I really hope you guys check out her channel. Please let her know that I sent you. If you're new to her channel or if you've subscribed today, just please let her know Jen sent you. Leave a comment, subscribe. Like, even if you don't know what to leave, just leave a little heart, like a red or pink heart on her channel too. And even down below, like, I would love to see a skeleton head, like a skull, a skull, and like a purple and pink heart, or a red and pink heart. Like, that would be great, because you know, all the palettes I'm using, pinks and reds, and then the Partners in Crime palette from Makeup a Murder. Yeah, I'm digging this today. I feel like this is performing a tiny bit better today, but I still feel like it's so subtle for what I'm used to. But at least it's, like, yesterday was too much with that vibrant melon shade, but I love that shade, don't get me wrong. It's just, it wasn't the flow I was going for yesterday. But today I'm pleasantly surprised by the way that this palette is performing. And I liked all the other shades but the dark ones, so that was good. It's definitely working today. better than the use that I had put it to yesterday. So I'm going to continue on with my very small brush, blending brush from Blend Bunny Cosmetics, and these are fantastic eyeshadow brushes. I probably have like 7 or 8 sets of these, and I love every single one of them, of course, because I bought multiples. But I'm going to go into the shade Obituary, and if I need to deepen up, I'll go into No Exit. And then I think we might use, I'm not sure what to do for the shimmer on the eye. I was going to use this one, but it's really, it's like very neutral. And we're trying to do a Valentine's Day look, and we really wanted to go strong with like the pinks and reds and like purpley shades. So yeah, let's just deepen this up and see. Oh yeah, that already, you can see the stark contrast already. Yeah, that's so much more my style, having a really dark outer corner. This is almost like a black red, and in the pan, this looks so light. Like it looks like a mid-tone red, but it's giving me like black with red mixed in the outer corner, but I'm totally here for that. Really, really, really needed something that would give me that dimension and that depth and like bring my eye up. So that's exactly what I was going for, and I'm very happy about that. I'm starting to get sniffly. I absolutely hate it. I don't want to be sick. So I'm hoping it's just allergies, but my son is super congested, and the thing is, him and my husband both are not feeling great. But I have been feeling kind of okay, just really fatigued. But I've also been going to the gym again. I started back early in January, and I'm like, I need to go back 2 times a week. That's all I go. I'm just walking, doing some weights and stuff. I'm trying to better myself this year. I need to get some weight off big time, and I just want to feel comfortable in my body and enjoy myself in life, and enjoy my makeup collection and start my new crafts. Like I've been doing cross stitching just for my mental health, giving myself a little bit more freedom, because with a job that I have, it's very corporate, and you know, you have to look presentable. And not that my job would be judgmental in any way, shape, or form if I were to wear a little bit of a glitter on my eye. Like I'm sure they wouldn't care, but if I were to do crazy makeup every single day, I think that might warrant someone talking to me about it, and I just don't want to get to that point. So I try to minimize the amount of Jen in my face, like when I do my makeup, and sometimes that makes me sad, but no one's asked me to do that. No one's asked me to dim my light or be someone different. It's just, I know from a corporate world, you know, maybe not wearing a full-on neon eyeshadow would probably not be acceptable. And I'm not about that anymore. Honestly, I'm really noticing a difference in myself, the way that I dress, the way I'm trying to present myself. I think I'm really finding who I am in the last year and a half, and it feels really, really good. And I'm enjoying diving into makeup and really seeing what I enjoy instead of just buying everything to have everything. I'm very much past that point. Like I still buy quite a few things to review and things that I'm interested in, but I do a lot of research now, where in the past, if something came out, it was just like, buy it, everyone's buying it. I didn't do any reviews. I just threw it in projects to try and use, and it's just a very, very different time for me. So it's nice getting to know yourself a little more, and your buying habits, and just what you're about as a person. I just think it's so important. So also, I know this is like getting a little sappy, but I wanted to say thank you guys so much for your love and support when it comes to my son being in the background of, like, not physically being in the video, because I try so hard to make sure I move the camera to the side when he is around, because I really don't want him intentionally on screen if I can help it. This is not for children. I don't really want my kid on the internet, but just hearing him in the background, everyone is so wonderful and so kind. And it makes me so happy, because he is the love of my life. I love him more than anything. And it's just very, very wonderful to have such a supportive community. I'm trying so hard not to cry right now. But he's a fantastic kid, and yeah, thank you. Just thank you guys so much for being so wonderful and for letting him express himself and for having so much fun and being able to be with me and not being rude, because people can be rude, you know, but I have had nothing but support and love, and it's been really, really fantastic. So thank you guys so much for just like being wonderful. So I'm trying so hard not to let the tears bleed out. My nose is running now too. Great. But I'm looking at this palette from HPT, and I've pulled these two eyeshadows on my fingers to see what they're like. I'm not sure if I want to go this route, honestly. I love the look of both of those eyeshadows. I think they look pretty, but I think I kind of like the neutral lid. So something is telling me to do a little bit of a shimmery red here, which I think I might pull from here, one of these three. And then just do a little bit more of a neutral in the inner corner, maybe even something from an indie brand. So we might pull in another shade too. All right, I'm going to show you guys these three from the Melt Cosmetics palette. And I'm thinking with this look, I like this shade. So let's swatch these bad boys. Oh, they're so pretty, but I do like the bottom one the most because it's a little more maroon based, which is sort of what I went for in the outer corner of the eye. So I'm going to take my finger and I'm just going to lightly tap a little bit of that on the middle to the outer portion of the lid. Yeah, I love that. I think that looks so great. And that one is called Sawed Girl, like S-A-W-E-D. Oh my God, my kid's pressing the phone thing. All right. Okay. I think next what I'm going to go into, I'm sorry, I'm trying to put all of these eyeshadow palettes away nicely so they don't dry out. I'm going to go into my Clionadh singles. I have some of them in here. And I think I'm going to swatch a couple and see what I like. I kind of wanted a little bit more of a bright shade, but also not like neon. So let's just swatch a couple. So there's this one here, which does not look very prominent on the swatch. It looks very different and way more pink in person, so we're not going to go with that. Do I want a purple? I don't think I want a purple. Let's try this one. So this one could be a contender. It's a little less vibrant. You know what? I'm going to swatch here because it's a little harder to see. I'll just swatch a couple. Whoa, that one is like very blue-based pink. And then we have this one that is like more of a peachy, which I think would go nice with the eye look, but I think it would also be a little bit too tame. And then there's this one here. This one's not swatching well. It's because my hands are very dry. It's not anything to do with the shadow, but let me see. That one's cute too, but I think it's a little bit too subtle on the inner corner, and I want something a little more vibrant. And then this one I think is a little, oh gosh, that's a little much. I think that would be a little bit much. Yeah, a little bit too light. Yeah, see, that's a little bit dull as well. It's very hard to choose a shade. And I feel like a lot of these are drying out on me, which is sad. What is this? I kind of like this. It's a little neutral, but it shifts like a pinky purple. And I think I like this one for the inner corner. This one is the shade Opulent. Sorry. I'm laughing because of RuPaul's Drag Race. It's not the same word, but it reminds me of it. Okay, yeah, I'm going to use that. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, wow. Oh yeah, that is very stunning and absolutely what I was looking for, and still blend well into the pinks and the reds. Oh, I love that. I'm just going to blend it a little bit over that shade from the Melt palette and kind of blend out that crease a little bit, but I am absolutely loving the way that that looks. It feels very ritzy. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, good choice. So I'm going to take a little bit more and try and get this eye done. I am loving that look. I think this is very Valentine's-esque, but I know this is going to sound really weird, but I feel ritzy. Like I feel like it's an expensive look. And I don't know why I feel that way, but I do, and I really like it. Oh, I'm totally here for this eyeshadow. See, again, I'm just realizing that shades like this are just not really me that much anymore. Like the super, like, bright, like something like this pink, which is really, really, it's really pretty, but it's just not, it's not my jam anymore. I don't know what it is. So I'm realizing that stuff about myself. Okay, I think I'm good with the selection. I love the eyeshadow. So now we're going to go ahead and putting these away. I'm trying to go ahead. Oh my gosh. I'm going to go ahead now and put on some eyeliner. And I think I'm going to use the Demolition color from Urban Decay. I love this so much. It's not that pointed of a tip, but I'm going to try and get a good sharp wing anyway. And I might even just use a black liner to get that flick at the end. So we'll just kind of use this over here. Yeah, I just feel like it, even if it's not even like a strong wing, I still feel like it's very effective anyway, but I will add a bit of a wing anyhow. I just want to do this with the pencil first. I used to wear gel all the time, and I haven't worn gel in so long. And I bought a ton of gel eyeliners from ColourPop, and I was like, I'm going to use these all the time. I'm going to do double liners and everything, and I'm just like, do I bother keeping these? Because if I have barely used them, like, what is the point? So I don't know. I'll give it another year, and if I don't use them up by then, I'll probably just part with them. But I'm just really like figuring out makeup things about myself. But I'm gonna go in with the Makeup a Murder eyeliner pencil, and it's like the liquid eyeliner. I just want to sharpen up this edge. Oh yeah, that's gorgeous. So I would love to know in the comments if you have a honey, how long you guys have been together. You know, if you're married, if you're common law, all that stuff. I would love to know. I have been with my husband for about 20 years, not married, almost. Well, we're married. Oh, I'm loving this. I'm loving this eyeliner. Usually it doesn't take me this long, but because I'm trying to be so precise, and as I age, I find that my skin on my eyes is just starting to get very loose, and I'm just noticing a lot of change in my skin. But anyhow, I'm really loving this look. So let's just quickly get at mascara and lip, and then maybe I'll throw on a bit of lash. I think I'll finish mascara off camera. All right, so I put my mascara on. I don't think I'm going to do lashes today because I put on so much mascara. You can see that I think it's just going to be too much to add like a soft blush now. So I'm just going to put some lip balm on. I'm going to use the NARS Orgasm Lip Balm. It's just a little sample. And then I'm going to do, I think, a red lip. I was going to do nude because that's usually my go-to, but I'm trying to use things that are more Valentine's-esque. So I love the eye look where it's at. I think it looks really pretty and really like Valentine's Day looking and like soft and romantic. And so I think I'm going to go in with a pair of reds. So I'm going to do the MAC lip pencil in the shade Cherry. And I'm going to go in with the Sephora Cream Lip Stain in the shade 01 Red. And I'm so excited. So let's go ahead and do that, even though I really want a neutral lip right now. But let's go for it. I am going to overline. It just takes me a couple of tries to get there. I have really tiny, small lips, so overlining on me, it doesn't really even look like I'm overlining because I have such tiny lips. Okay. I love that lip pencil color. It's so pretty. So we're going to go in with red from Sephora now. And I totally went outside my lip line. This pairs so nicely together. When I worked at Sephora, I sold lots of these. I wore it all the time. That and Marvelous Mauve. And I sold lots of them. And they're so wonderful. But I love the bold red lip with the... Like, I still have a red eye look, but it's more soft and sultry. And I think the red lip doesn't overpower. Like, it doesn't overpower. And I think the gold on the lid goes with the gold on the earring. So I think everything kind of ties in together, which makes me feel really excited. I like the way this is turning out. And yeah, I'm pretty proud of this. So this is everything. This is the look. I'm really excited about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know my gray is like full force. I wanted to use my spray, but I have to be careful how much I use because I only have so much left until I get to the store again to get some more. So that's the only reason it's in full force. But I'm trying to bring my other hair to the front so it looks a little more nighttime. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. I know it was a super quick get ready with me kind of video, but I just want to make sure that I do the best job I can with a really fun eye look. And I hope you guys check out Laura from LAURAFORCE. She's fantastic. I just love her to pieces. And she's a lot of fun. So I know you'll enjoy her channel and I know you'll enjoy watching her videos. But thank you guys so much for everything. I hope you like and subscribe. And then I will see you in the comments down below. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye. Happy Halloween. Happy Valentine's Day.